Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking. Have you ever seen snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Fall in the six. Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Fall in the six. Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? If I knew back then what I knew right now, I'd be here right now. I'm the nigga right now. I'm the nigga right now. Got your bitch right now. Since you want it right now, getting litty right now. Wanna take me right now, outside right now. Please do not get in my face. You know that I'm riding no whip. I just needed my space. I drink it straight with no chase. Love when you making that face. Living out a suitcase. Annie, are you okay? I fuck you good the long way. Watch how you talking to me. 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 Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six?
She's a keeper, legs like Serena, strong like Xena, turn into a screamer. She's a dancer, money from Atlanta. She's a cancer, phone ring, no answer. I'm getting litty, mixed dirty with the fenna. My life a movie, I always got a camera. I'm at Cabana, she sucking my banana. Ooh, na-na. If we never met, I'm there right now. Put a bullet in my hair right now.
Yeah, I'm living off of moonlight, moonlight. Talking but you don't fight. About a new life. Even when I'm wrong, you know I'm still right. On another level, reach a new height. I used to hit the block just in all white. No, I can't bliss it, but my gun might. Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Fall in the six. Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Fall in the six. Yeah, I'm living off of moonlight, moonlight. Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six?
Literally like watch me. Okay.
Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking to me.
What's going on? How y'all doing? How are you doing? Oh shoot, take this out. How are you doing, mother effer? Music. Glasses, I can't stay for the stream, but full power Traumerei is pretty cool. I still like the short hair more, but his tattoo is crazy. And I'm gonna have to dedicate one video this week to just talking about disconnect, because that ability going kind of crazy. But how's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling? Let me know what your general thoughts on the chapter were before we hop into the nitty gritty. I do want to say it obviously was a combat-focused chapter. They just fought. While we did get some new abilities and things introduced, I would say there's not a million things I feel like I need to sink my teeth into. So this probably won't be as long as they usually are, but I got some things to say. But I'll piggyback off of you guys as I usually do. So let me know what you guys have been thinking about the chapter as people start to come in. But full power Traumerei, man. He absorbed all of his creatures. got the long hair SSJ3 and said, I can disconnect 3-dimensionally and even cut off rifts and spaces in time. I think his ability affects space. I don't think it affects actually, based on what Gustang may have said in one of the translations. Did he add time there? But I think he has a space disconnecting ability too. You're doing good? Lovely. Now I wonder if Traumerei can disconnect Leviathan from Bam. That's interesting. Because this ability seems to be very powerful. Very, 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 very powerful. And I feel like the drawback is probably the shape that he can make with them. Though it seems at full power, he can do a lot more. But yeah, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But I want you guys' thoughts though. Okay. You stayed up for this? All right, talk to me, Hats. I know you got some stuff to say. Talk to me. How you feeling? I really like how the attacks looked. For me, this was almost on par with Luzak versus Mizuno. Oh, really? That's interesting. What happened if he took Leviathan back? Even if he won't probably be like, if Leviathan is his creature, doesn't that mean technically he wouldn't be a full power yet without absorbing him back? Family Heads has truly impressed me with the versatility of their abilities. Well, some people have argued that Traumerei is a one-trick pony. It's animals and disconnect. I'm not saying I fall in that camp, but it is a sentiment that I've heard some people that I've read in my comment section. So I don't know where you fall there, but yes. Please make sure if you're here, you hit the like button, like the stream. I expected to see more people this week. Maybe they'll roll in later. I'm surprised to only see 17 right now. It was a Family Head chapter. I wonder if people are starting to get over the Family Head stuff, or they're getting tired or they want more. Because I know some people are genuinely still disappointed with the display of power and abilities to some degree. I would say the abilities part has been good. The scale of their destructive capabilities, I'd say maybe I haven't seen. It seems to be a little bit like, if this is all they can kind of do, I feel like a lot of the earlier statements may have been a little hyperbolic, but we're still playing tickle butt. We're still warming up. Still don't feel like anyone's thrown down the gauntlet yet. And some people said since Traumerai transformed first, you're finna lose. It's interesting that each week they keep going bigger in scale. Yes. I like how the 7 creatures he absorbed are shown on the jacket. Now I wonder if he can just use their powers or still has to transform. Maybe harp sword arm or grow an extra arm from Cobalt. I think he can transform all of his body parts into the varying creatures or whatever, or use them the way he has, where he makes it more like an ethereal cannon that is like floating above his hand. I think he could do both. My friend who's never seen Tower God saw me reading this chapter and said, "Why are you reading it zoomed in like a weirdo?" Damn. It was still, in my opinion, very hard to see what was going on and certain stuff, especially when Hunos was like vacuuming in with the wind. It was sometimes hard for me to discern exactly what was happening, but this is a common complaint I've had for a while, and I don't think it's going to change. Yeah, I don't know why it's full power unless Leviathan is mainly his memory bank and not a power bank. True. Traum's bang is kind of deep. Each creature with different abilities. Necromancy, disconnect, and fusion. Oh, goddamn. Let's go. I wanted to actually catch this live reaction this week. Traumerai popped off. But when he said that edgy, emo, I'm the epitome of evil bullshit, that was low tier villain energy. I'm with you. Even the other translation, which said this. I'll read it for you guys. I was like, this sounds better, but Infinite made the point that Traumerai said that because Gustang kept calling him like evil and like this and that in the third. So he's like, you know what? I'm gonna just play into it. But here's what he said here in the Arvin scans, which aren't any better. He said, I never thought this would happen again, and that's why I never want to step outside the ranks again. Yes, from the very beginning, you should never drag someone like me out of the ranks. A filthy and wicked. Wow. crystallization of malice like me. So this was the other translation. We got 30 people in here. You guys are rolling in now. Make sure you are hitting that like button. Because if you don't hit it, I'm going to find you. And I'm going to hit you. No, I'm kidding. Or am I? We'll find out. Or you won't have to if you blick that blike. All right. Oh, I didn't take this off. But yeah. Yeah, that ability by itself, disconnect, just puts him in a tier of its own, man. It's so crazy. Traumerei's a bit of a bonehead, though. I agree the destructive scale should be bigger. SIU should have shown them blowing up mountains in the distance or something like that. Or people should, or like, I feel like other fighters, I don't care how far they are on the floor, they should be able to feel the reverberations and like the energy and the malice or the whatever from that fight. The same way, like if it's Dragon Ball and Goku's powering up on Namek, King Kai can like sense him. You know what I'm saying? I haven't read the chapter yet. Did he take back Leviathan? He did not. I like the family head battle. I was just hoping to see Rachel or the boss. The plot has stagnated a bit, but with Traumerei warping space, we might involve the other players. Exactly. I think the boss maybe now come into play. Might see what Yama and Kirin and Luce and Mizuno and them are doing too. I like his kit. He should have the advantage, but it took him internalizing the power of all animals to get dangerous. Trump took like 10 chapters to wake up. The argument that someone made about that, which I think makes some type of sense, is the person who shouldn't be ramping up, if he's being serious, is Gustang. You want to destroy the family's head system or take down the king or whatever, you should have came in with 100% energy. Traumerei did not want to fight. He's lackadaisical. He's aloof. He's in the mothership. He hugging his knees. He's watching bestiality. Like, Traumerei is probably the one who's like, all right, we're doing this? All right, man. All right, bro. Okay, like, I guess we're doing this. Because, like, I just want to go sleep. Like, so it kind of makes sense for Traumerei to maybe be more of a slow, to be ramping up more slowly. Slowly, but Gustang probably should have been the one coming out with a little bit more energy. But, again, that's just what one person said. I'm not saying I believe that. But I thought the point made sense. I want to see the floor-wide scale destruction that is an existential threat to every living thing on the floor. Gustang should have to defend his mothership and the knowledge therein. I like the chapter where SI needs to finish their fight ASAP because there was a lot of plot in suspense. Yeah, that other translation implies he's mocking Gustang's characteristic to some degree, sure. It's like, hit the like or the ghost of the 13-month series will get you. It will get you. There's so many ads popping up. That's crazy. I heard some people talking about how Traumerei's evil is like how Dada Jihad spoke about the monster within him. Maybe that creature shown at the end is part of that. Oh, I know what you're talking about. So maybe the same way Jihad had that weird horn thing that's consistent with his like outfit and color scheme. That monster we saw was Traumerei's version of that, and maybe Bam has one in him, whatever one you think it is, the blue demon with whoop-de-whoop. That makes sense to me. But when Traumerei dispelled Gustang's time freeze or whatever, that was so formidable. So then again, so I was wrong then in my live stream. Looks like disconnect is a space and time ability then. I do remember him saying something about time, but I was focusing more on space just because it reminded me more of, spoilers for JJK, the dismantle or cleave that can cut through space that was able to get past like the Gojo barrier. Hello. So is Traumerei finally taking the fight seriously? I would say he started taking it seriously maybe 2 chapters ago, but now he's going to like go all out in the sense that he's not going to hold back. Where was I? I am expecting a floor scale effects. There is no floor scale effects. This will be a failure. Even if the fight is lame, the scale of effects must be floor wide, like when Traumerei first used Shinwan Ryu. I made it. Welcome, man. Thought we were skipping again? No. Is it weird that Traumerei didn't understand what he could do with disconnect the full power? Yes. But even when he first used disconnect, it seemed like he didn't fully understand his capabilities. He's like, I like it. It's my ability. It's so cool. Fuck you. Okay? Is the Sprout still alive or is it completely disconnected? Because all I'm seeing is just blank space. I think it's still alive to some degree because The Great Hall is still in there in some way, shape, or form. And I don't think the spell has been dispelled yet, but it's a fair question. We got 47 of you in here right now. The numbers are growing. Appreciate y'all rolling in. Hit the like button. Hit it. Hit the like button. And if you don't, I'm going to find you. I will. Hola, mi corazón. I find this connection strange for Traumerei. It feels like an ability suited for Aria Han. In what sense? Why Aria specifically? Because he cuts stuff? Is that why? Is that the reason? What is the reason for the season and the treason? Why can't I find anything out here? What's going on? Hell, scroll slowly. There you go. The past criteria for SIU is to back up all these claims that irregulars defy the laws of the tower and control Shinsu on the floor. There must be floor skill effectiveness. I'm with you. He's got to deliver there. Not sure how the fight will go, but as Bam with the chess pieces might get involved somehow. But if they're going all out, I got my boy Gus outsmarting Traumerei. Okay. What if the large creature at the end was the admin? I don't think it was the admin. By the way, Hunos is a mistranslation. It should be Uranos, which is the Greek god of the sky. Okay. All right. Thank you. This connection feels fitting for someone obsessed with control. That makes sense. Because someone, I think, if had asked me if I thought that Aria Han could cut through time, and I'm like, I wouldn't put it past him, but I could definitely think he could cut through space. And I think maybe the reason the Aria swordsmanship defies the laws of physics and could come in omnidirectional is, oh my god, it's an omnidirectional attack that's undodgeable because it ignores the laws and physics of space itself. But okay. So it's Uranos. Thank you. That helps a lot. Because I'm like, Unos, Hunos. I seen another one. I'm like, I don't know what to do with that. Oh, and also when Gustang tricked Traumerei with his arm and made him attack Valhalla, that's excellent fight planning from SIU. Indeed. Why was Jihad in the data floor saying BAM space abilities can only be used by admins when the regulars are also using it? What do you mean? Why was Jihad in the data floor saying BAM space abilities can only be used by admins? I'm not sure. Give me the quote verbatim in the chapter. I'm not sure what you're talking about. You went SSS3 and start talking crazy facts. Yeah, because Aria Swarmship can cut anything and its own space. I don't dislike it for Traumerei. It's just odd to me. Okay. Traumerei's in the lab dissecting and combing creatures. The ability is pretty fitting. No, I don't know that I think disconnect fits or doesn't fit him. I think it just is what it is. Like, I don't have any issue with it, but I could see what you're saying with somebody who controls animals is more like a monster tamer. Maybe not having that. But again, like Han said, somebody who's obsessed with being able to control and connect and disconnect what he wants might develop or have an ability like this. What seems to be interesting is that he seems to not even understand the full capabilities of what he can do. And depending on how you look at that, it could be that can make him more dangerous or less dangerous. Less dangerous because he's not knowledgeable about what his three-dimensional disconnect could do. But also then the potential of what it can become if he starts to figure it out through the fight, making it potentially much more dangerous to Popedal Gustang. So I actually think that, like, depending on how you look at it, it could be a good or bad thing. But it is you would think someone who's lived so long and had this ability for so long would understand it better. But then again, since his hair's been short for so long, it means he hasn't been at full power for so long. Which is why I was wondering why Gustang seemed to be physically and outclassing him so easily. But I'm like, oh, he literally was giving out his power to his the seven creatures he controls directly and whatnot. And now he reabsorbed it. Do you guys think Gustang can do something similar with Dumas, like with the austerity? Let me show you what Omar posted. Give me a second. I actually already deleted it. There it is. And then you guys tell me what you think about this. I don't think I personally like the idea that every family head has this reabsorbing power and giving it out to their people gimmick. But with Dumas being the austerity and sternness of Gustang, it wouldn't be nonsensical. But this is what Omar made. So he said Dumas when Gustang got a lock in. So this is from Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. This is the final battle with the Demon King Demise, who Ganondorf is the reincarnation of, and he's getting his sword from Girahim. Essentially, if you want to think of is it called the Ashawalt or whatever in like Bleach, like taking back your own power and ability. Seems like they've been doing something similar. So yeah, sorry, I had a moment. For TR, do you think we've seen the full power of the Executioner? I don't think Gus has used any power at all, to be honest. I think there's another layer to it, or more to it, and maybe there's like, I don't know. I do think his bag is much deeper, and I feel like he has like an all fiction, all literature librarian mode or something like that. I do think he's used some things. I think he has a very versatile deep bag with all the literature he can summon and whatnot. So if Traumerei is the most evil and looks like it's the darkness of the tower, who do you think is worse, Naya? Traumerei, because he's weird. Just because he's weird. He's weird. That's weird. That's suspicious. When Loose Lex said darkness of the tower, I didn't take it hyper literal, like evil. It's like kind of like maybe you know how like dark types in Pokemon doesn't mean what it means over here. It's more about being like underhanded and sneaky, not about like dark versus light. I think it just depends on your interpretation of it. But worse to me because he's stronger, could do more, and has done a lot of vile things from necromancy and whatnot. I'd say Traumerei. Plus, I think he's weird. I don't know that Loose Lex is a good person. I'm not gonna sit you and tell you he's a good person, but yeah. SIU's been on a roll of amazing chapters. Nice. Yeah, he actually has been. He has been. I agree with this. It seems like Traumerei discovered this connection after the climb based on the small flashback we got. He likely didn't get that many chances to battle test it, even in the war against Arlene. I think that's fair. I do think Gustang could absorb Dumas. The chapter where adult Jihad invaded the data floor and choked Bam while the second Thorm activated space teleportation. I remember that. He said, haven't I already killed you before? And ragdolled him and then he escaped. I think the scripture life forms come from Gustang's power, so yes. I just wanted to bring Tiara back. Facts. This suggests that the Yeon flames that she gave her children might be fractions of her power, similar to Traumerei. I'm not sure. I'm not sure every family has this gimmick, and I don't like the idea that they do personally. But you guys tell me. Yep, basically the same thing. Instead of monsters, it's scripture. It makes sense though, because how else would they strengthen their ranks? Training, ability, natural talent, stuff like that. I don't think they necessarily. I think some families probably just have naturally really strong people in it, or couple up with another irregular to make someone like N, to make someone like the Ariehan and Haryurin twins. I think there's other ways. After this chapter, do I think Loose Lex has a chance against the weakest family head? Do I think? I think Loose Lex has. I think the best way I've always explained it is I don't think Loose Lex is as strong as any family has, but being around the regulars like Arlene and V for so long, and knowing what these guys can do, he should have a better understanding of their capabilities. On top of the fact that I think he has win conditions. Should they not take him serious enough or play tickle butt or not kill him immediately or something, I do think some of the spells and things he may have learned from V and Arlene could net him a victory. But I don't think he's actually more powerful than any of them. And I've started to say this more often. The better team doesn't win every game. The stronger fighter or better fighter doesn't win every fight in UFC or boxing. I could be stronger than you and lose the fight because of whatever. The way I'm feeling, I'm off, I'm injured. You were on the money today. I miscalculated, I underestimated you. There could be a myriad of reasons, you know? Where the hell was I? I have a feeling that every family has a gimmick, but maybe not necessarily donating power. I'm with you. Peace, Naya. Have a nice stream. Like the video, everyone. All right. I appreciate you stopping by. Seems like some family heads have kids and others disperse their powers in alternative ways. Took a 12-hour flight and wish I had the second Thorn to teleport. 12 hours? Continuously? You didn't land anywhere? Damn. I don't think Loose Leg can withstand a full strength 3 disconnect, but I mean, maybe Gustang can either. I don't know. I mean, based on what we know, it's a one-shot ability, so I think it would kill Loose Leg, but Loose Leg can maybe use that white space distortion thing to teleport himself away from it. Little off topic, but what if the dead family heads will return to Shinsu? So as we dwindle down the family heads, we are actually creating a worse threat. I got to screenshot that. That's worthy of a stream. That's stream worthy. That's a stream worthy topic. Them being returned to Shinsu more and more, with the contamination of evil, is actually starting to create a bigger and worse threat as they go down. That's intriguing to me. I don't know how to feel about it yet, so I'm just gonna screenshot it and get back to you. But I like how you're thinking, Scope. I do like Traumerei. Oh God, Traumerei. Oh God, Traumerei fits honestly. I like his haircut. It's tied to his powers, but I do agree. As soon as he went true God mode, everyone on the floor should have felt it, knowing people and fighters or not. I agree. They probably split their powers because it's more effective for an enemy. However, when it's 1v1, they're going to take it back. I think Gustang has one actual blood family member, and she's locked up, and I get the feeling Tiara was made in her image. Oh, yeah, and is probably his only child with Eurasia. I agree with that. I suspect Yan has a similar gimmick of her handing out stuff, considering how they are man-haters. Because with me, I like the idea that maybe Gustang doesn't have another form. He just has more and more literature and better written scriptures and texts he can bust out and start to really bring fiction to reality. The Visionary on some Grammy. What's his name? Grammy, the Stern writer who can turn his imagination into reality. So I feel like that's Gustang's main thing, but he can make even crazier stuff and bring crazier stuff into the real world. I like the idea. Let's let Kunadwan has to like power up and get stronger. I like the idea that he can just output more and more electricity, making his thunder attacks more potent. His speed increases, his durability goes up, and he gets stronger the more electricity he's outputting. Not that he's like, I gotta take the Gion Sula back from Ran and Aguero. I don't know that I like that they all are doing that. I think it's cooler and better if each family has their own way of maybe sharing power, distributing power, running their family, having their ranking system work, the hierarchy, if you will. I think that's more intriguing to me, and it seems to be decently different enough from what I've seen so far. But based on him creating people out of scriptures and stuff like that, it wouldn't shock me if Gustang also could be like Dumas, Tiara, whatever. Return my austerity and sternness, blah, 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 whoop-de-whoop, and then he gets stronger himself. On the floor. People should do that, fighters and all. What if that threat is Phantom Minim? What threat? Oh! Well, Phantom Minim I don't think it's in the tower, and I don't know if you know this, Fox Gamer. SLU had said that he might not appear again in the story. Because Phantom Minim to me is a Tales User Story universe character and not specifically a Tower of God character. It's a character from another series in the same universe, if you will, that crossed over to Tower of God for a brief period and left. Because he's already in Axis. So for me, I don't think this relates to Phantom Minim personally. But that's interesting. We know that Gustang has children with someone else, considering Mate has Po Badao and Ha heritage. Fair enough, actually, I guess. I don't know, though. I wonder if it could be an adoption thing or something of the sort. But you're right. It's not impossible. Or maybe he has a decent portion of his power, or... Mate is weird. Like, did he clap somebody from the Ha family? I don't know. Yeah. No. I didn't say he doesn't exist in the Tower of God universe. I know Yuri saw him. That's not what I said, Urok. that's not what I said. I said he's not a Tower of God universe character. If I'm playing 7 Deadly Sins and Zoro was in the game, Zoro is a guest character. He's not a Nanatsu no Taizai character. That was the point I was making. But you can, that wouldn't work for that because 7 Deadly Sins is not a part of Shonen Jump. That's all I was saying. I didn't say he didn't exist. I know he's in the story. But SIU did say he might not ever appear again. That's all I'm saying. I don't really have thoughts about Phantom Minim because when SIU said that, I kind of believed it for some reason. I don't know why. I don't think he would know what to do with putting an access in this story right now. What if Zahar's gimmicky power is freely manipulating the fate of anyone weaker than him? I think that makes sense. I don't know that it'll work on the other family heads though. Edouard may be able to boost himself with compatible Shinsu type similar to how Califine got powered up by Liborg. You're so effing right, Skull, because one of the things about Kunadwan on the data floor was that he had like 3 Shinsu qualities by the time he hit that floor. Skull speaking to my soul today, bro. I also like how when Traumerei form changed, his clothes changed too. The white frog looks cool on him. He's still lame though, but he looks clean. He got aura. You got to give him that. He's got aura. I don't like him. I think he's weird, but he's got aura. And the tattoo is tough. You got to admit it. You have to give credit where credit is due if you don't like it. It'd be cool if Yi-Rang has stuff inspired by Hestia Vesta. Oh, I'm here for that. What's up, Lizard? Yo. That could be a way that the family heads come back together in the end to face whatever darkness that is. That might explain what Heidon's goal is, perhaps. Mate could be a child of 2 of Gustang's children. 2 children of Gustang and Urine. Mate was written to mimic someone from the Ha family. Mate could be adopted into the family, something like Lopobia Bam. Lopobia Viole. Ew, never mention Lopobia Bam again. Also, Gustang probably has some red light district children. Using in brothels. Slinging. What did he pull? Did he or did he not pull out the stick though? To judge. Yeah, I'm not liking Bambi Lopobia either. I'm with you. Edouard's such a man whore. He even got multiple Shinsu qualities. So Phantom Minim is more of a meta character in Tower of God. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'll explain this better for you in a second. What's stopping Gustang from creating somebody with his DNA and having them smash a Ha? It's not impossible. I don't know if it's Gustang's child literally. Okay. Here's kind of like what I'm trying to say. Let me think of an interconnected universe. I don't want to use the MCU or something because that's too easy. Let me think of a good example that I can think of where there's multiple stories that encompass. I actually feel like DC and Marvel might be the easiest example to not confuse somebody. Okay. Invincible, the show and comic book, right? It is its own self-contained universe, but it did have a Spider-Man crossover. And when there's actually a part where Spider-Man was actually, if you had read the side issues, Spider-Man crosses over and meets him, and they do a thing together. Spider-Man is Marvel. Invincible is Image Comics. Those are 2 different universes, but they crossed over. I wouldn't now be like, oh, Spider-Man is an Invincible character because he was there. No, Spider-Man crossed over into the Invincible universe, did something, and then they separated. Now, this is different because the Tale user story universe is supposed to be Tower of God. And in other various stories that are loosely or very interconnected, I want you to think MCU when it first started. Thor had a solo film. Iron Man had a solo film. Hulk had a solo film. Captain America had a solo film. Who am I forgetting? I think I'm forgetting somebody. I don't know. Whatever. Right? Then they came together for the Avengers, right? So that's an interconnected universe that is the MCU. Now imagine there was some other character that came, crossed over, did something incredible, and then left. You probably wouldn't call that an MCU character. You'd call them more of a crossover. You said something about Mega Man. Mega Man might have worked. Mega Man and Buktai. Fate is not a bad example actually. With Nasuverse. There we go. Tight Moon. That's actually a great example. Tight Moon stuff. So like Fate Stay Night would have like your Sabers, your Emiya, Shidos, or whatever. But you might have like a game that where Shiki from Garden of Sinners is there. That stuff takes place like in the same universe, even though their stories are separated. This does not all of a sudden make Shiki a a Fate Stay Night character. It's a character that appeared in the Fate Stay Night series for one reason or another. So when I look at Phantom Minim, I see him more as a part of SIU's interconnected, grander scale universe, not specifically a Tower of God character. As an access, because he's all powerful and can write reality, he came into the Tower of God universe in the tower, did what he did. Yuri saw him, and then he dipped. That doesn't mean he can't come back. That doesn't mean if SIU creates his second story, Devil of Hole, he can't appear there. But he's not a Tower of God character. That's the only point I'm trying to make. He's a Tales user story character to me. That doesn't mean he won't come back, but just remember, SU had said that he might not reappear in the story. I don't want to focus on Phantom too much because Phantom's not a part of the chapter, but hopefully that made sense. If I need to make a video on it, I'll make a video on it. But yeah. Phantom's SU's way of not having the family head and Zahard on the top of their ranks, in my opinion. Fair. Cosmere, Fate, Mega Man, and Bugtai. The Traumerei transformation caught me off guard, not gonna lie. It was clean. Like Aurelian Dragon Ball. That's also a really great example. Solid Snake, Ape Escape, Smash Brothers, yeah, all of that. Soul Eater and Fire Force readers here, yes. Yeah, actually. That works too. So, because one's a prequel to the other. So, anyways, I thought the Fate Stay Night worked with having like Garden of Sinners, you know, having Tsukihime, having Fate Stay Night, because they all are taking place together. But yeah. We need Devil of Hole. You see? In Tower of God, we go up, and Devil of Hole or Devil, we go down. You gotta go down to the deepest, darkest, blackest Godot foot. But yeah. Anyways, what else did I want to talk about? And make sure y'all hit the like button. It's a fucking game. Hit the like button, nigga. I'm so unserious. Okay. Disconnect, yeah, broken. Traumerei getting his powers back, broken. How do you guys feel about Uranos or Honos, Oros, the wind, that wind spirit that was exuding the wind of the outside? Did that move anybody? I thought it looked really cool. I think the design for it is super dope, all things considered. I have to give him credit where credit is due. The way he designs certain things like Spider Mommy and whatnot, it just looks so dope. Like this thing. Where is it? I gotta find it. Sorry. I think it looks super cool. I like how it looks. Here it is. I really like how this looks. It moves me. It speaks to me. Auntie Laroro, if you have any questions, the answers you seek are below. Oh, any opinions of Red Storm and Peerless Dad? Anyone read those? Excellent fiction. I haven't read too much of Peerless Dad. I used to read Red Storm way back in the day, and I liked it. I just fell off. If you guys are interested in me talking about other webtoons, I do actually want to start getting into them a little bit. I like Purple Hyacinth. I like Hardcore Leveling Warrior. I like Noblesse. Noblesse was actually my first webtoon ever. I'm a Noblesse. I was a fan. I like Girls of the Wild. I'm not a huge soul leveling guy, but I get the appeal. The Gamer, Dice. You're good. Go ahead. Why can't I remember other ones? You know what? I need help. I gotta know. Does Superman really look different with glasses on? I think I put it in Comic Tunes. I've done. I need to bring back some of these streams again. I think I messed something up here. I gotta fix it. Did I? Yeah, I might have. I hate that it does that. But okay, 1 second. In 2022, I did a top. Just real quick. I did a top. My favorite 20 webtoons, and I did webtoons in general. So it can be a web comic from anywhere in the world: Europe, Canada, America, the Middle East, whatever. Not just line webtoons, South Korean. So I had She Is Young. This is a pornhua. Smutwa, Saint Ferrent, Time Traveling Holiday Inn. What the fuck am I talking about? Hotel, Bastard. I have a Roved Out in Truth and Love, Windbreaker. I have H-Mates, Lookism, Gosu, Hardcore Leveling Warrior. I actually really used to like An Ordinary. I have shout out to Love Sucks for These Losers. Household Affairs, Girls of the Wilds, RRBA, Real Rude Boy Association, Drug Candy, Noblesse, Purple Hyacinth, Manara, Romantically Apocalyptic, Tower God, and Kubera. So if you guys, I'll put that list out there if you guys want to look at it. But I actually don't love webtoons in general. I just like the webtoons that I really like are the exception to the rule, not the rule in general. Just like I thought people would like turn-based JRPGs. Like, you play Persona? Or you play this game? You like this game? And it's like, whoa, slow your roll. So the turn-based JRPGs that I play are really the ones that I really like Chained Echoes, like Sea of Stars, and stuff like that. Persona. I don't actually like the genre from top to bottom wholeheartedly in that sense. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. Cosmere Fate. Any opinions? Mentioning the concept of wind from outside the tower shook me, not gonna lie. I feel it. I understand. Thanks for explanation. Enryu is also the same thing. No, Enryu is a Tower of God character. Absolutely. Enryu is a Tower of God character. He never draws the plots out beyond where it should, and he ends the stories where they should end. Feel it. The sky god's mouth looks like a coffin. See, Frankenstein is actually still one of my favorite webtoon characters in general. Like him, Mule Love, Brilith, Ruin. Love them. Never got around to finishing though. Dice was crazy. I actually fell off with that. I never finished it. It got repetitive for me a little bit. I forgot about God of High School. I used to read that too. The Gamer is good too, but I've fallen behind on it. Yeah, I can't keep up. Lookism, I need to finish that. I do like webtoon webcomics are colored by default. I do, and I feel you. But also, as a comic book reader, I am pretty accustomed to that. Even though it's not weekly, issues come out like bi-weekly, monthly, whatever the case may be, or just go on hiatus for a while. But I'm used to reading in color to some degree. So yeah. Bro, what do you like about effing Mule Love so much? Gustang is way better. How are you gonna tell me what I'm supposed to like? Watch my Mule Love video. I could, if you want me to explain it to you, I could explain it again. I have no problem explaining it, but it's not an objective like Mule Love is actually the best character and no one's better than him. I resonate with Mule Love. He's my favorite. Me calling something my favorite and the best are not the same thing. Like, yeah. I have not read The Horizon. I don't think that doesn't sound familiar to me. I personally find Traumerei's kit more threatening than Gustang's. I think that's fair because Disconnect is crazy by itself on its own. I'm not mad at that. OKBs were disappointing. The scales and summonings have been raw though. I feel it. Yeah, going to my spiel. I'll keep it short. I want to go into the whole thing. Again, I have many videos. If you just go into my like playlist or go into my YouTube and type in Mule Love, there's a video I think called The Greatness of Mule Love, and I explain why I like him so much. Now, first and foremost, I like his character design. I think his character design is extremely dope and super unique. Small, chibi, and I don't know if you guys even notice these things. It's like a blend of like maturity and like manliness with like the childlike wonder of him being like small. So he has scribbles in his eyes instead of having like an actual like pupil or iris. I'm gonna say the uterus. What is wrong with me today? I just like my words are failing me. Like that's what's going on. The iris. Jesus Christ. Like yeah, I'm struggling. I'm struggling for my dear life today. I don't know what's going on. Right. The blue's one of my favorite colors. I think his fit is awesome. He likes spicy and seasoned chicken over fried chicken in the Chicken Love Club, which I agree with. It's raw. I liked the conflict that he had with Violi and Bam having to deal with the fact that he hates FUG, doesn't like them, but had to be like, yo, what I'm doing to this kid is wrong. And it's like, yo, I was mad. I made a mistake. That's on me. And he came to that realization during his fight with Violi. Like, I thought that was a very, like, you know, I don't say come to Jesus, but like a big moment for him. Like a very good, powerful character moment. He tried to do right by them. I thought his introduction was wrong when he just tapped the shit, had his box of chicken. My man had aura. He was stanced up. He got the Iron Man contract on the 20th floor. And then when he came back and he freed the Beastkins, Van Kel ain't do a damn thing to help anybody. She got murked by Spider Mommy. Who saved the day? Who was bobbing and weaving on the blue oar? Saving the slaves. Freeing the people. Freeing the mandem. Mule Love. Don't be disrespectful. He's him. He's nice. And he cute. Again, if you know me well, you know that the characters that I tend to like from a lot of series is not me trying to be contrarian. It is what it is. When I tell people Iceberg from NES Lobby's Water 7 with Tyrannosaurus is one of my 3 favorite One Piece characters, they're like, what? Bro, his role there was so dope, and even getting to the bottom of the fact that Nico Robin wasn't really the culprit here. Like, that nigga is cold. And his relationship with Frankie, aka Cutty Flam, like, don't play with me. Like, I find the value in a lot of characters that people don't find value in. They like the Aces, they like the Luffys, the Zoros. There's nothing wrong with that. But my mind just works a little bit differently. That's all. And Mule Love is a character that I have a lot of respect for. And him coming back added more layers to the cake. Also, and some webcomics I've been reading have been downright beautiful. Yeah. But I like, some of my favorite webcomics aren't from like Line or Naver or Tappy Toons or whatever. They're from like the Middle East, France. RRBA is actually made by this guy named, I remember his name right now. I'm sorry, brother. But he's African, from Africa. So like, you guys know me, I'm pretty worldwide. I don't stick to one thing. So yeah, but anywho. Dude, save a Van Kel's dumbass. He top 100. Talk to him. And Bam ran with the blue ore swag for how long? Run my man his royalties. You were on the blue ore surfing for years. That's a Mule Love technique, bro. Okay, I think there's utility in allowing yourself to draw in a non-standard style like Oda. Oda drawing so really doesn't express himself through visual style. I agree with that. I like distinct art styles like Hirohiko Araki with JoJo. I love his artwork. Iceberg is cool. Just like Mule Love, I guess he just didn't loom large for me in the same way. Oh, that's fine. I'm not telling you guys to like Mule Love. I'm just telling you that I like him. I don't care if you like him or not. Nothing. It does not affect my love or care for him in any capacity. That's just my man's. And I will ride out for him always. And then I was also learning that he hated the Jihad Empire and FUG was interesting when Gus paid him money and got him a bunch of chicken and stuff to make him come in to fight and help Bam or whatever. There's definitely more to Gustang's kit, but Traumer looking more savage right now. He is. White is definitely my favorite character in this season, and Rachel as much as I hate her. The plots are just too good when they're involved. I'm not mad at that take. That is a very mature take that a lot of Rachel haters would not like to admit. You guys know the first video that I ever made for Tower of God was why Rachel is needed in Tower of God. I don't think Tower of God is nearly the story that it is and as popular as it is without Rachel's involvement. I really don't. I don't think it hits the same in any capacity. That's just my opinion, though. You don't agree with that. Like the video if you haven't liked it already. Did we talk? Is there anything else we need to talk about with this chapter? He summoned literature. There was a wind. Then he went full power. He did space-time disconnect and then got others involved. And then they're going to continue fighting. Like, that's kind of the chapter if you really think about it in like layman's terms. So, but is there anything specific that stuck out to you guys? Like the wind from the outside, the design of anything, the attack, something about disconnect that maybe we're not considering? I think Rachel's in my top 5 characters. I think when I think about Rachel from a very objective and impartial and unbiased standpoint, she's got to be like top 5, top 3 most important, impactful, and I would argue best written characters in this series. Now, do I personally like her? I've become indifferent over the years, but she wouldn't crack my top 30, I don't think. She wouldn't. Rachel is one of the driving forces of the story. Like Karaka. Do I think Karaka is a driving force of the story? I think for a time he was. I don't know if I still agree with that, but it could still happen. I'll let it rock. Karaka used to be my lord. Now I don't with any Slayer. Throw the whole organization away. All of them mid. But yeah. I wonder what Rachel is doing right now. Like she's somewhere in the Sprout, in the Great Match, or whatever, doing something. Like, keep an eye on her. Gustang saying that he only now feels a bit threatened is a bit significant. Yeah, he was kind of like, well, that's a little dangerous. That's a little, you know what I'm saying? Like a little. Let me see what he said here. He said, this time it really looks dangerous. And then over here, he said what in the other translation? Severing dimensional space. This time it looks truly dangerous. And it's... If I was in Tower of God, I'd probably have ended up on Rachel's team for better or for worse. I'm a lone wolf. I'm creating my own team or organization, or I'd probably be the one random weirdo who's like cool with all the different factions. Like, oh yeah, he's cool with us. He's cool with FUG. Oh yeah, he's cool with Wolhike's son. Yeah, he's cool with some people in the Empire. Like, I'd be that guy. Like, I wouldn't care for like me, like Caliban might get a drink or something and go like punch people or for no reason, or me and Mazzino might go be like, hey, let's throw Shinsu at the speed of light for no reason. Let's just do it. Fuck it. Let's ball. How long do you think this fight will last, and how many chapters will this? I actually have no idea, because I don't know if SIU really wants to let them fight to the bitter end, or fight until interruption, or switch gears where now they actually have to focus on a different threat together. It's raining. I want to go into rain. Under my umbrella, nigga. I don't know though. I really don't know. I just don't know. I don't have the answer. I need Gustang to summon a true destruction, a true rupture. Call out Shiva. Oh shoot. The leaders finally showing the feats they're supposed to show. Indeed. I would try to join the research association or the workshop. I'm a very free spirited person. With like, I like structure to some degree, but I'm very free spirited. So like, I wouldn't want to have to be attached to anything or feel responsible for a group or people or whatever, unless it's my own team or my own group. So I'd probably be traveling with my own set of like, probably a tight knit group of like no more than like 9, like 10 of us, 16 of us in total, somewhere around there. But like, you might see me one day chilling with and like somewhat by Ryu, and the next day you might see me having a drink with Ariane or something. I don't know. That's how I feel I'd be. No, SIU said SIU effing said one of them is dying. We'll see. We shall see. I kinda but not totally certain want Urek or an admin to interrupt their fight. I do think but even if one of them does die, it doesn't mean they'll die in this fight. It could be like removing the contract and loose like is like, aha, bitch, just slit his throat with the hook. Ha! I was waiting for this moment in the shadows. Or Bam gets the 3 water dragons or something, and like, you know, like it doesn't have to be Gustang and Traumerei beating each other, but I really don't know what to expect. Mazzino said he doesn't want anyone to die yet, so it's not time, or so Mazzino might interrupt too. But then Loose like might pop out the woodworks like, hey, nah, bro. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show ninjas. Or Loose like might showing up to try to murk both. I could see him try to get a double kill. We're 100 chapters in the story progress. I don't know. Like, again, I don't know what he's gonna do, because the reason that I can't be like, oh yeah, he's just gonna kill them, because he's consistently built up major fights to not actually end in the way in a traditional sense. Yama versus Yatrasha. Like, I know your dad. I'm kind of your uncle. I'm trying to protect you. Okay. Bam versus Califan. Did you really kill my master? That. Now we're working together because I'm gonna kill Liboring. Like, he doesn't follow through. He doesn't. We didn't even do the we didn't even really follow through like the Canine Tooth Festival and stuff like that. Like, it's a consistent theme. So for me, I have to go with the pattern of behavior that I've seen, which is I don't effing know. It's inconsistent. So I would like both or one of them to actually go down for sure and cause like a power vacuum and have something so significant reverberate throughout the tower. That's a development, but I just don't know. I just gotta see it, and then I can analyze it after it happens. That's the best answer that I could give you for the time being. Oh, he'll die like how Yasracha died. Yasracha did end up dying eventually, but it took longer than I thought it should have. There might be a chance V is going to awaken again and stop them, but there's a possibility that could also make for a big twist. If Traumerei is close to death, I wonder if he'll call Daddy's Hard to help him. My friend, please help me. Zard's like, that's crazy. Stay safe. Aha. He just cuts. Afa. Oh, you're locked in still, eh? So you said, remember I'm Team Traumerei winning this fight. I'm still locked. It's still locked. I sided with Gustang, but I admitted Traumerei. I still think he's equally as dangerous in every capacity, or different capacities. Or V might do it. I think the V coming and his resentment bursting out in BAM to stop it, or at least get a good hit in or something, has been a more prevalent thing that I've been hearing in the last 2 to 3 weeks. Sometimes an author forgets that he's writing a story and not just playing around with imaginary friends he loves a lot. It's true. I saw something today that said Oda forgets that he forgets attack names, and it wasn't a database of people compiling all the attacks he's done for characters, he'd forget, and that made me laugh. Well, he must hate his original cast because he never plays with those guys. Yo, rest in peace to some of the season. Yo, where's Anak, bro? Bring Anak back. Where is Ran? Where is my pill-popping Redan merchant? Lightning pill go crazy. Come back, broski. I'm not Team Gus, but I support his current goal. Fair enough. We get that you love these characters, but you have to write a story, not imagine new adventures each day for your imaginary friends. What? This reminded me of something that I saw on Instagram, but I'm not going to share it. But yeah, what if this is Gusting giving Traumerei therapy and trying to bring him out of his shell so he can work through the ish he's been hiding for years? Okay. Counterpoint. Is that interesting? Does that move you? Do you want that? And he's becomes reformed and like a good person, and now he's very nice and like, oh no, I was so evil, but it was. Is that it? I don't think that's very interesting. That's really my only pushback. I mean, I definitely think he tried to give him a chance to repent with the Oakby stick and the judge thing and judgment, whatever. But I guess that could be a reason why he hasn't gone 100%, I suppose, or maybe it's just hard for him because he's somebody he's known for a long time. There's a myriad of reasons why this could be going on. Traumerei gained my respect from these last 2 chapters, not gonna lie. I actually agree with you. Like, I still don't like bro. I respect him. I don't think he's a poorly written character in any right or any capacity. I just personally don't jive with him. But with him doing the Dragon Cannon and then absorbing everything this week and his 3-dimensional disconnect, that was clean. Can't hate on it. I can't hate on it, blood. Bruv, blood. It was clean blood. Bruv, is you mental, fam? He gonna mash him up, blood. I think it's more likely that Gus wants Traumerei out of his shell so he can suffer more. Understand the depths of your sins, Oakby. Well, he just made him attack Ami again, so we relived the trauma, I guess. He's like I don't even want to. Yeah. It looked like he absorbed Ame back into him too, so I don't think the Ame Valhalla thing is dead. But that all remains to be seen. Make sure y'all like the video if you got here. Anyways, let me just actually do a quick sift through and then see if there's anything I want to mention. That man said, "Be gone. You're going to regret this." Did he even sever the spell that stops space and time? Oh, he's talking about the spell, maybe for the sprout in general. Am I just slow, broski? I could wield anything. Yeah, just again, this chapter has just been combat. So, y'all want to read some comments? We can read some comments, not the Korea ones. Let's just see what some people are saying. Why not, right? Let's see what we got here. Insane chapter. Looks like the real fight's finally happening. Traumerei's finally using those things that can kill Gustang, but Gustang is only bonking Traum with a stick. If Gustang don't step up to use his real power now, he's going to lose a battle of attrition. I think that stick can only bypass immortality. He never stood a chance. Go for it, Traumerei. Cook that bastard. At first, I was rooting for Gustang, but after the last chapter, I don't know who the good guy is anymore. Sukuna. Okay. Neither of them are good per se. Traumerei is a close thing to an ally for BAM right now, but that isn't going to last forever. Why does it feel like I'm losing brain cells whenever I read this ish? Everything feels so awkward and cringe. I feel you. Reading 20 pages of minions fighting each other is tiring. Seems like we're approaching either the midpoint of this fight or the end of it. So far, a whole nothing has happened. Also, surprise upskirt Charlotte Traumerei. That POV from below caught me off guard. I don't know why, but I want Gustang to win. He seems like the more morally correct character here compared to the Traumerei. Who cares about more? Who do you like more? Forget about the morale. Who cares? Morally correct. Don't forget, is also the one who does not care about how many he kills or whatever he goes. I'm sorry for Gustang. There's a reason V assigned him the greatest judge. I don't get that. Okay, these comments are boring. What y'all saying over here? Boring. I agree that battles would have been much better in the anime where we get to see the movement, but here's like filler. Great artwork. I want more backstory to get back to V or the battle of the new family heads. I'm starting to hate the art during the fight scenes. It's either a big blank space of nothing, same color, or there's so much stuff overlapping that you can't tell it apart. Agree. So between Traumerei and Lucelek, we have the evil and darkness of the tower. I wasn't expecting to have the outside tower be referenced yet. I wonder if this means SLU is preparing to give us some more nuggets. Either way, this right has me reevaluating where I praise Traumerei in the family head rankings. Holy shit! The true God. But yeah, that's the chapter, y'all. That's what we got. The bong stick might be able to get bigger like Tiara's pen. Interesting. Am I alone that's a little confused at what Traum was doing at the end, right at the end? Traumerei, I think my best interpretation of this was he used disconnecting the 3D sense to get rid of Hanos and then created a space-time rift that brought other motherships in another area to the area, because I think time was supposed to stop and something like that with the spell. I don't remember the spell that was casted by either Arlene or some people thought it was Kunadon. I don't remember. But I think he did something space and timey-wimey. What all this giving power away in artificial human stuff, the boss, Karaka, and Wagner should be an exempt from this gimmick. The three should be Jihad, actual children. They seem more important. I agree. I feel you. The bong stick might be able to get bigger. It could be. Could be. All right. What was your favorite panel this week? What was your favorite, oh my God, hiccups, favorite piece of dialogue? And what would you rate the chapter out of 10? I'm at about an 8 to 7.5-ish, 7.8. I'm kind of floating around there. Sounds plausible. No, I think they were always in the same floor where Gustang Chip was. Okay, so then it was I guess, I don't know. Let me read it one more time. When he did it. I'm gonna read both translations. Okay, so he does it. He says disappear. And then he says, it's been long since I released all of my power. But I didn't realize it before, but in this state, I seem to be able to cut three-dimensionally, not just in cross-sections. You're next, Gustang. He cut the space three-dimensionally. This time it really looks dangerous. I told you from the beginning, Gustang. Yeah, it looks like he caused a rift. You will regret this. Even the spell that stopped space and time was cut off. It is not simply an expansion from surface to space. This is a disconnection in the ultimate sense of the word. Isn't it funny to see a bunch of people who have arbitrarily interrupted and given meaning to our struggles engaged in a sentence of words? Doesn't remember the old days, Gustang? And they talks about being evil or whatever. Okay, let me see the Arwen comic scans version or whatever. That's what they said at the end here. See if I can make sense of it. I gotta know. Does Superman really look different with glasses on? Does Mr. Freeze ever worry about catching colds? If Mr. Freeze exists, why is there Captain Cold? What did he say here? Disappear? Get lost. Just get lost in this one. Boom, boom, boom. Yaga ya. Yaga daga dim bum skibidi. Skibidi bibidi babidi boo. Then it's gone. Sorry, it's sticking to one scroll. It's been a while since I've unleashed all my power. I didn't realize it before, but in this state, I feel like I can sever not only surfaces, but also entire dimensions. This is a completely different line. He's saying that I can sever entire dimensions. Next time it's your turn, Gustang. Severing dimensional space. This time it is looking truly dangerous. And he does the swirls. I told you from the very beginning, Gustang, that you're going to regret this. Did he even sever the spell that stops space and time? This isn't just a simple expansion from surface to space. This is the ultimate form of severance. Isn't it ridiculous watching these pitiful creatures assign meaning to our fight, interrupting it in their own terms, only to wage meaningless war among themselves? Doesn't it remind you of the old days, Gustang? Whoa. Remember that, I think they were also on the same floor where Gustang's ship was. Remember that Traumerei invaded Gustang's floor? Favorite panel, the zoomed in out panel of the wind illusion helped me. Favorite dialogue, I don't have the courage to see your face when Gustang exploded Ame Valhalla. Felt poignant to me. 9.5 out of 10 overall, 8 out of 10. Favorite panel, Traumerei breaking the spell. Favorite dialogue, Traumerei saying disappear and next is you, Gustang, and I told you you'll regret this. 7.5 rating, Traumerei. Oh, and Traumerei's new outfit debut panel. Traum owns this chapter in my opinion. The MVP. Probably like a 6 to 5 out of 10. Not bad. He disconnected space and time, but to me it feels like he made a warp gate. That's what it looked like to me. 8.5. Arvin's translation is doo-doo. Agreed. I didn't interpret the spell affecting the surrounding space, but I didn't think along those lines. It makes sense if that aspect was disconnected. Yeah, my favorite panel is this one. I gotta find it. Give me a second. Actually, I don't want to use this. I'm just like you. I think that's true. You're just like me. Yes, I can see. We take responsibility. We follow through with what we need to do. And I am a girl like you. Oh, we don't talk about Bruno. I see the chapter, the page that I chose from last week, was actually from last week. But I'll say this panel to me is clean. 1 second. He look cold here. He got aura. He look cold here. When he just reforms, and he's just like, I'ma make it look sexy. Side note, RP Jails, Earl Jones, man. Yeah, RP, man. I think this is the first time I gave a chapter a higher than score than anyone here. I think so too, actually. Honestly, all Traumerei scene he's talking about. Gusting had a moment with the usage of his arm. It's weird to see his arm still working. It's super hilarious. Traum cut a rift in space-time to reach Gustang's mothership. He did do that. My favorite piece of dialogue was probably I don't know. You tricked me. SIU, I think it's a chance to give us animal trauma after he's everything. I think he could still do it. I don't think it's necessarily done or gone, but yeah. That being said, people, I'm gonna make the general review. I'm gonna do a video on disconnect specifically. I'm gonna talk about that technique and that technique alone. What else do I want to do? We got 2 tier lists for Tower God by Omar to get done tomorrow on Twitch. If you guys haven't checked out the Mysteries of V video stream that I did where I read your guys' comments, go peep that. I apologize for me eating. I was chewing. Apparently the chewing was mad loud. I apologize. This Traum's complete form look older than the one we're seeing. That's just my eyes. I think he looks older. The Gus arm thing was cool. The Dragon Cannon arm thing with Traumerei was cool too. Also, Gus' book calling Traum an idiot was fun. It reminded me of the grimoire from Nier. Gestalt or Replicant, depending which one he played. His Loudmouth. I can't remember his name right now. I think I said at the beginning of the stream, the barometric pressure here in Toronto is at like an all-time low. And if you don't know, I actually suffer from migraines and stuff. And like, I don't have much more to say anyways, because I don't think the chapter, this is just a combat chapter, but like it feels like two hydraulic dresses are doing this, and like my eyes are starting to water. So I want to wrap this up. So I'm just going to wait. If anyone has any final commentary or questions and things of that nature, this is the time to ask. If not, I'm going to go ahead and get these videos ready for Patreon, and then I'm going to like go lie down and hope that this subsides, because it's killing me, bro. When Gustang tricked him with the arm and tapped Valhalla, that was good. It made him one tap Valhalla. His precious Ameus. Please make sure to like the video, share with your friends. Thank you. Hope you feel it. Oh yeah. By the way, just real quick, I'm gonna post it here because I'm allowed to. I have free will. I think. Do I? Traumerei, do I have free will? Disconnect. Let me stop. On my other channel, I did drop a new video. It's a follow-up to the current state of the video game industry, where I talk about moving on from iconic IPs and not being beholden to them, like Sonic, like I mainly did Star Fox and stuff like that, so check it out. Next video will be a video on the game Pixel Cup Soccer, and then a One Piece behind the popularity video. I've already recorded them for the most part, but if you have not followed this and you want to see video essays, short and long, in like a detective case film noir style, this is my other channel. And I hope that this channel can actually become the main channel at some point, because I really like the stuff that I've been doing here. I've been enjoying a lot of making these videos. I did take a bit of a 2-week break, but 2-month break, but yeah. Anyways, y'all be safe. Thank you for coming through. Like that ish. Will praise Value to blow away that pressure storm? Yes. Value, help me. Help mans, brother. Broski, I need help. But that is it. If you want to subscribe, I appreciate each and every one of you for coming out again. Please like the video, share it, all this.